What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing something special. I don't know if it's going to be a new series or what's the story with it, but we are doing What If Robert Griffin III and his career restarted in the NFL today. Of course, with the Washington football team right now, I mean, their brand itself, I should have probably not shown you guys that so early. Their brand itself is kind of taking a crap, and Dwayne Haskins isn't a guaranteed franchise player. It has actually been quite some time since I've had an actual, unexpected audio issue, and unfortunately, it's in a video that could end up becoming a series in the future, and even if it doesn't, a video I would have liked to have proper audio, but unfortunately, this is kind of the result. I could do a voiceover, but it would be like 35, 40 minutes of a voiceover, which I really do not want to do. And more importantly, I would not have enough time to get the video up. I just noticed it in time to at least bring it up. And I suppose if you're not too embarrassed by people hearing the weird things I say out loud, or you're just on your own, maybe use no headphones for this video because... yeah, the audio is not great. Honestly, I might even do the voiceover in the end. This might be deleted, this part. But anyways, I really apologize about the audio, and hopefully this won't happen again. It's been a long while, so, here we are. People are like, a long while, half those damn stream videos. Like, yeah, but I knew about them. I just didn't know how to fix them, Even though a lot of people have a lot of hopes for them, they could use a prime rookie RG3 right now. Of course, they have a lot more than just the quarterback situation for their issues, but this is what Robert Griffin III literally looked like in Madden. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to look this up. I believe Madden 13. Of course, as an 83 overall rookie, it's pretty safe to say he would have been an X factor. 83 overall is way higher than anything we see right now. But he did deserve it. 6'2", 223, 22 years old. Didn't make him a rookie here because I wanted to make him based on Kyler Murray. And then I was like, wait, we're going to X Factor. It probably didn't matter, but it's too late. So no Rookie of the Year award. It's not going to matter. He's an X Factor. Who cares? This is what his ratings are and were in that game. He literally was a monster. 93 speed, 90 excel, 96 agility. Now, as far as the juke move and spin move department goes, I kind of had to do it myself because, they had a elusiveness rating. We don't have that anymore. Gave him a 94 change of direction just because he's very fast, very good agility. Maybe a little too high, but it is what it is. Throwing stats are actually pretty damn good out the gate. And of course, as an X Factor, he comes with some abilities. We already knew that was going to happen. Escape artist, obviously. Quick draw, and then more to come. Now, of course, we are going to have the injuries on because that's kind of the whole point. His career, if he could turn injuries off, would have probably been, I don't know if it would have been super great, but he would still be a starter in the NFL today, most likely. I could actually see him on a team like the Panthers right now, if not Washington still. And we gave him 83 injury, 74 toughness. I will say, I'm surprised they haven't rebranded toughness or just made it all injury. It could just be randomized, I guess, because it doesn't matter how tough a player is in the real world. It could happen to anyone, right? Like, there are players, I suppose, that, you just don't see them getting hurt. But I don't feel like a lot of people thought Cam was ever going to get hurt often. But he had a couple of, some decent injury concerns in his career. So, I don't know. I don't like the actual rating of toughness necessarily. But if you want to keep it, maybe change the name of it. Because giving him 74 toughness is rough. Because his whole career was literally ruined because he was tough. They put him back in and kept putting him back in when he was injured. So him having toughness rating low is unfair, but based on Madden, that's technically what we have to give him. But yeah, I have no idea what I want to actually do with this series. So if it becomes a series, I think this is just gonna kind of be like a career sim, like we did for a lot of the rookies in Madden 20 going into Madden 21. The real life guys like Okuda and Chase Young and all them. But maybe we do this. I don't know. I was also debating on just making this a blast in the past like we did last year, but this is almost not playoffs. It's almost like C4's career revival series, which I would love to do something exactly like that, but I'll just leave him to those. This is different though, because obviously this is a complete restart. We're starting with their rookie ratings, not what we would think he would be nowadays, or which he is still in the league, I believe, as the Ravens backup, right? So why didn't I build him off of You know what? Just leave me be. Okay, RG3 is going to be removed. I will delete him. Haha, 40-year-old punter. GG. Yeah, why didn't I just use his face? Like, I literally could just... Whatever. No, it's a new man. It's a new person. That's why right there. Actually, no, it makes a lot of sense because we're about to do a career for him, so his stuff would be all jacked up. Never mind, I'm clearly a smarter person than I thought. Robert Griffin III, 3,686 yards, 30 touchdowns, 9 picks. A very rough rookie campaign, not going to lie. 58% completion percentage. With fumbles anywhere near like real life? They were not. Of course, he's set as a scrambling QB. 226 yards rushing. Nice. Wow, look at this group of players. Nice. Not a single person over 400 rushing yards. Gotta love it. Really good season from McLaurin. Sims is not bad. Logan Thomas, the up-and-coming quarterback, technically, for the Washington football team. Technically, is still a tight end. Up-and-coming as in, like, he has to play. Ryan Kerrigan, 12 sacks, 4.5 for Ionitis. I like a player that is like, you know what? I am left-handed, Jay Cutler. I understand. I will be a tight end now. Thank you very much for allowing me to use my 6'6", 247 pounds. What was it? Damn it, it was 250. I was going to say 250. I'm sorry for scaring everyone. I just jump-scared the world. True, that's not what we wanted to do. We want to look at the yearly awards. So, once again, I have no idea what I want to do with this series, but I will say... Probably won't go in depth with the stats all the time. Hey, RG3 is there at 9. Won't go into depth with the stats and awards every time, but we'll take a quick glance here and there, especially if it's a good season. For all we know, this could be the very first and only game that we see the playoffs, and like it is, like I said, the only game. Packers win 41-35. That's a close game against a team that is better on, on record, and you can see. They're in the Super Bowl, have a chance, but it is the Browns, so how much of a chance, really? A very good chance, because they win it all. So, in theory, we were like the third best team in the league, if you really, really think about it. Kinda, not really. But as you can see, injuries were on. I didn't actually check to see if he had any, but I would appear so. It would appear not, right? Like, he would have had... The backup numbers would have been decent. I don't think they were. I didn't really glance too well at it, though, in fairness, so maybe they were. I don't know. Terry, superstar... No superstar development for Terry McLaurin. Looking at the rest of the roster, it's a bit brutal, I can't lie. Defensively, not bad, actually. Not bad. But, yeah, let's see if the AI is going to add any talent for Mr. Robert Griffin. Specifically, offensive line talent. That was, you're getting a redo here, Washington. Don't mess it up. They went and messed it up. 24-year-old safety with your first-round pick. 23-year-old bad corner with your second. 23-year-old right end, maybe he's decent in fairness. No linemen until the 4th freaking round. Who are these guys and why? Bryce Stecker, 21-year-old power back. I like it. I like it. And yeah, just a terrible draft. One of the worst drafts I've seen since the Packers' most recent real-life draft. Real question is RG3 going to stay healthy this season, and will he be on the team after his rookie deal is up? 10 and I was about to say 10.6 wins. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. 10 wins, 6 losses. Once again, Robert Griffin III, full season. Not looking great. Kind of RG3 like in his rookie year. Fumbles aren't happening, so not like his rookie year at all. Leonard Fournette joins the Washington football team, which honestly is a pretty damn good fit. Two sides kind of looking for their way. This side doesn't really know what they want to do at running back. And then this side, Fournette just wants a damn team at this point. I don't know how he's doing in real life, in fairness. But Robert Griffin III, once again, rushing yards, not great. Steven Sims and McLaurin, though, pretty damn good numbers for themselves. They're taking advantage as much as they can with the slightly elevated quarterback play. No point in looking at anything else, because obviously there's no awards going to be won for Mr. RG3. We win the game over the Seattle Seahawks, not bad. And then you lose to the Bears. All right, the Bears could be a Super Bowl contender. They are. So in theory, both losses in the playoffs could be the Super Bowl winner. Will it be, though? And what a score. Pittsburgh wins. Yikes. All right. Washington, I know it's not a good pick yet again. It's actually probably going to be worse than last season. Not even probably literally guaranteed to be worse. Don't blow it. Offensive lineman, do it. Just do the thing right. Like, that's all you need. Okay, they go wide receiver. That's kind of strange. Frank Dobbs. Not the worst choice. Middle linebacker, super fast. Definitely could see a pick like this in a user league. And then looking at DT, Rashad Peoples. Not the best Peoples in the draft, but he's pretty decent. Even in my voice now, you can tell that I'm not happy. Like, I'm not even I'm happy about it. See if this team actually did anything at all to try and help out RG3. Is he star now in the world, or do they have... Didn't add, like, a dev-up system, right? Surely they just made him star out of nowhere. Who's this? Glenn Cousins. Right tackle it is. Villanueva is the left tackle. Okay, I mean, not the worst situation in the world. Looking at the defensive side of things, Kaliki Hudson, maybe a guy we should have started in our little franchise we have, is a star development player. They added a few things. I mean, O-line definitely got a little bit better. Can't be too mad. Unless, you know, he gets hurt, I suppose. Another 10-6 season, but it'll probably be wasted. Let's just be honest. I will say, though, RG3 with his best season yet, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, 13 picks. Will we see any rushing numbers from him, though? I mean, they're getting slightly better every year, but you know, not really. Terry McLaurin, another great season. Dobbs comes in. Harmon. Where the hell is Sims? Did they not re-sign him? Yo, that's rude. Why wouldn't you re-sign Sims? What the hell happened? Where's the loyalties, man? Robert Griffin III, number 7 on MVP. Probably very high on... Yeah, number 5 on Offensive Player of the Year. And as far as quarterback goes, he was the... That's not quarterbacks. He was the 4th place guy. Okay. I mean, obviously, this time around, things are going pretty well for him with the bye weeks. Injuries up to like 87 or 89 or something like that. Going to the Super Bowl. Did we not make the play? Wait a minute. What? Oh, did I advance 1 week and then we lost the first game? I think that's what happened. Yeah, we lost the first game. Fair enough. Well, Rams versus the Bills. And the winner of this one is the Bills. I want to see what overall this Rams team is. Give me a little bit of hope for our own Los Angeles franchise. 83. I mean, as far as comparing that to the rest of the league, that's not bad by any means. I'm trying to figure out how they got to an 83 if everyone else is 80, 81, 82. It probably results in keeping guys like Robert Woods, though. Actually, no, that he'd be dead by now. Robert Woods is an 82 overall. James Washington. Cam Akers looking like a pretty good player. Jared Goff, is he star now, by the way? Thank God. Thank God they still kept him at normal, because otherwise I'd be so sad. I'm just saying, looking at this team, it do not look very good. I don't know why I got an accent. Oh, God, Leonard Williams is a superstar? Leonard Williams, Leonard Floyd. I don't know. Who's Leonard Williams? Oh, okay. Ibukam, did he ever get to superstar? No, that's, hey, realistic. The corners, nice. Can't wait for that to happen to us as well. Johnson, just not worth it, dude. It's just too much. But oh well, let's go to the draft, see if this team wants to take a lineman in the first 2 rounds. At all. They still need interior help. It's because you got, a decent, strong right tackle and left tackle and a good guard and a decent center doesn't mean you don't need a left guard. Yeah, their line's actually all right. It's good there. Draft recap. What does the team want the most? A cornerback. I can understand their needs. Didn't really do a great job of filling the spot, though. Still yet to see a single hidden, I believe. I mean, I think the tackle was a free agent, though, if I'm not mistaken. But unless one of these later-end guys was hidden, which they definitely could be. I don't think they drafted a single hidden in, 3 drafts now? Just saying, that's probably not the best way to become a great team. Masterclass. Masterclass, drafters. All right, head to the playoffs. The first season. Oh, God. Well, hey, what happened here? Injury, perhaps. Oh, it definitely appears so. If Robert Griffin III played his full season, which it kind of seems like he did, 15 games played, what happened? Did the O-line crash and burn? McLaurin missed a couple of games. Joe James, I don't know who the hell that is. McLaurin missed a few games, but, I mean, there's really no excuses to why this team just played so poorly. I mean, it seems like the starting line was there. I mean, starting line is there. They just got rid of Villanueva, so yikes. I've never seen, you know, a season so good the previous year turn so bad the next year. That is strange. Patriots versus the Cowboys. The winner of that one is the Cowboys by a lot. I think we'd be kind of like right around the time that they would be looking to either re-sign or get rid of RG3. Robert Griffin III appears to be... I'm so confused. Is this his final year? What's the story? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his final year, so they're going to have to pay him or let him go after this season. We'll see what happens. As far as the draft recap goes, the 4th pick... Really? 4 and 12 gets you pick 4? They get a wide receiver, Nicholas Alston. I don't know if that's really their biggest need, but he looks really good. So whether it's their biggest need or not, he's definitely a talent. And he's a superstar X Factor. So yeah, whether they need him or not, everyone could use a superstar X Factor wide receiver. Just saying. But yeah, this team could still use a lineman, obviously. Many of them. All right, another missed playoff season, 6-10. Robert Griffin III, kind of up and down. He had that one massive season, then here, you know, kind of on a bit of an average path. Rushing, once again, yards really aren't doing much for me. Nicholas Alston, good season, I guess, but as an X Factor, maybe would have expected more. You know, when you think of an X Factor, you think of those insane breakout players, you know, the guys that actually have played like an X Factor. Cam Newton does he just dominate no matter what team he joins? Like, really? EA loves themselves some Cam Newton, and why wouldn't you? Because they have probably made a ton of money on his Ultimate Team cards. Hell, I know I always love using his cards. The Raiders win. Okay, the new Super Bowl team, I like it. All those good seasons for McLaurin, and still, no superstar development. It appears they kept RG3, though, and they have Dawson Knox. Looking at the defensive side of things, Hamilton and Hudson are both superstars, which is actually very impressive. They definitely need another corner, so that's probably what they're going to draft in the first round. Thurman Graves. Yeah, very good linebacker, just no hidden. Chris Kaplan, head in development, right end. Not a bad pick. This draft looks pretty damn good for him, I can't lie. Austin Saunders, really good player, very underrated as a 66 overall, very harsh overall. Really good cornerback in the 4th round. That's a steal. This is a very good draft. This is, you know, solid. All right, headed to the playoffs. Washington back on top. They are not. They're creeping. They're creeping like me on your sister's... I don't have an answer for you. Robert Griffin III, almost 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 picks. A.J. Dillon is their running... Is he at all good? 79 overall... Slow. I mean, he's a tank, but still, not great. Nicholas Alston. Hey, nice little season. Sophomore season. Not bad at all. The rest of the numbers, kind of iffy. I don't care about anything else, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, decent season for RG. Just lacking on the touchdowns a little bit. Team around him isn't great, though. Creeping on your sister's stalkers, trying to get them arrested is what I meant to say. I just, you know... I was thinking about the stats from the season so much, just forgot. Chiefs over the Giants for a Super Bowl, so it would appear Mahomes is a multi-Super Bowl winning man who has lots of money, and I am not jealous at all. Take a look at that draft recap. They go for a left end, Tyler Carter, high overall, probably decent. Joe Pearman, finally a first-round lineman, and it was an absolute bust and a half. This is why, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's 24, so I wouldn't go for him anyways. Oh, no, he's 21, okay. But this is why I would have such a hard time drafting a first-round lineman in this Madden. I don't know what's going to happen for the user league. I would say once we do a CPU-generated, lineman likely won't go in the first round. I just don't expect it to happen. Don't get me wrong, it was like this last Madden as well, but there's less devs that are hidden this year, so... Like I said, I might make a crazy trade up to try and grab a lineman in this class in our Rams league because once again, I mean, there's no other guarantees. This is the only time you can really take a lineman. So trading up hard to gain to get a lineman might be the move. I'm not going to be too hopeful for RG3 and the team because they were 0-6-1 around the mid-season point. So just saying, bit of a yikes there. And, ooh, 113-2. What a number. 3,900 yards, 22 touchdowns, 18 picks. I feel like the Washington football team's probably regretting their re-signing decision there. But I will say, I mean, who the hell is this? Like, who even is this guy? He's 29. Excuse me, do you mind? Like, we don't want you here. I decided to take a look at his contract, but you can't tell me I didn't make a good-looking RG3. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. I know, we're checking out RG3. It ain't a bad decision, right? Bills back in, Cowboys back in. The winner of this one is the Cowboys again. That rhymes nice. You know it's starting to get old in these in this sim when Jabril Peppers is the veteran that wants to talk about bye weeks. What is he, like 32, 33 now? 4-12. Nice. I will say, at least for RG3's sake, he's at least staying healthy. I think he had one season where maybe he missed a game or two, but he stayed healthy. It's just, does it really matter when the team has really just not played well? Maybe the first 3, maybe 4 seasons, 2 to 3 probably, 2 to 4 seasons. Decent, but after that, yeah, bit of a yikes, as you guys could obviously tell. I probably didn't need to tell you that it's a bit of a yikes. It's just a yikes. The Bengals win 28-0. Yikes. If my team went to the Super Bowl, I mean, maybe if it's like 6-0 or 9-0, something like that, but if my team lost 28-0 in the Super Bowl, maybe I would rather just lose right before. And hey, the Packers know a lot about doing that. Yay. Hey, pick 1 overall goes to McElroy. I mean, he doesn't go to. I mean, like he is pick number 1. But McElroy, I mean, last time this team had this high of a pick, it was actually a pretty damn good selection. Are they going to do it again? They do. Another X Factor. I mean, those picks are decent, but they really haven't done a great job of adding talent outside of maybe 1 or 2 players here and there. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the team's one of the worst teams in the league at this point. Not even just performance-wise, but obviously roster-wise, which kind of goes hand in hand. It's been several years down the line, so let's actually take a look at what the roster looks like. Let's see what RG3 looks like. Obviously, he stayed healthy. He's an X Factor. He's going to be a high overall. 95 overall to be exact. 30 years old. 98 throw powers. You got 3 upgrades to throw power. Short accuracy isn't super great. No speed, excel, or agility upgrades. Injury is a 98 injury now. Abilities. Doesn't have that third one unlocked. It's just glitched out. Gunslinger, faster velocity, makes sense. Lofting, Deadeye, pretty damn good stuff there too. Alston number 1, McLaurin number 2. Dawson Knox still at the number 1 spot. O-line has been just garbage all the way through. Defensively, who the hell is this guy? Christopher Brewer. Okay, cool, man. Hudson is an X Factor. Chase Young is still here. Malik Hooker and Peppers, they got to be old as hell. 32 for Malik, maybe 33 for Peppers, 34, 32 as well. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough squad. Playoffs, this team could actually, I mean, they could have made it. Oh, 5. Wow, this is going to be a shocker. This is going to be a rough one. As you can see, 4-1 start, 1-1. Then you lose 2, you win 1, and then the rest of the season, straight L's. Yikes. Let's see what happened. Maybe RG3 got hurt this time. He did not, but the seasons have not, I mean, they have not been great for RG3. I mean, he'll probably end up a Hall of Famer just because that's just the way the NFL is now, which is kind of crazy. Like, how are they going to differentiate true Hall of Fame talent nowadays compared to, back then? Like, right now, I mean, you don't even have to be a great quarterback. Like, Kirk Cousins is Hall of Fame potential if you compare the other eras. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, that's how easy it is to pass in the NFL these days. Like, quote-unquote easy, you know what I mean? Like, you're not necessarily going to win passing crazy, but you're definitely going to come up with crazy numbers whether you win or lose. The Panthers win 20-17 over the Patriots. You know the gist. You know the deal. Real question is, when is RG3 going to be off the team? Because obviously it's very rare for a team to just keep a guy all the way through their career. I would say they probably need to re-sign him soon, or maybe it was actually this season that they already did it. I don't know. But as far as the draft goes, they do land another hidden wide. I mean, they're doing pretty good with the wide receiver position. Definitely can't lie about that. Alston, super great pick with X Factor. This guy only star. Really needed a lineman, and I mean, I just haven't seen any outside of maybe the first or second year where they went for a lineman. They got lucky in free agency with an undrafted guy. They really have done nothing to make the O-line better at all. All right, headed to the playoffs. And they're in 12-4. Okay, I mean, this hasn't been... I mean, this roster wasn't great going in. Robert Griffin III, though, it looks like he did do a bit of the carrying. Lowell, he was one of the, like, 6th-round picks, I believe. Okay, dude. I'm just going to be honest, as a fellow white guy, when you've got a white guy playing a lot of snaps at running back, it's probably not a good idea, right? Like, McCaffrey's the only dude, you know? So let's not be like, oh, well, Chris McCaffrey. Okay, we get it. Like, he's one dude, okay? Chase Young, 14 sacks. Deron Payne, 13 sacks. Graves, 2 picks. Mayo, 2 picks. Warmack with 2 picks. I mean, it was a pretty good team effort in general. Who did they lose to, though? They lost the first game to the Niners, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are they're just too good. Let's just be honest. They're the greatest team of all time, right? I was joking, obviously. Beat the Niners. Good win there. Beat the Lions. If they win this game, they're in the bowl, and they do. Okay, this is going to be an unlikely chance for this to happen anytime soon. After going against the Jets, 82 to their 82, both teams not really developing positions as well as the rest of the league, but both teams in the Super Bowl, unlike the rest of the league. So suck it, nerds. Oh, look at McCaffrey. All right, going to the end of the game. 3-0, 3-3. If I had to come in, I will. I wouldn't want to run, you know, around with a super beastly RG3 or anything like that. That would be so not fun. But I mean, if I have to, the things you do for videos, am I right? Okay, I don't have to, but like I want to. RG3 with the read up. He's gonna have to hand it off, but it is what it is. Who is this guy? He's big and strong. He honestly looks like Bettis. With the trip op now. Who's the fullback? Ha ha ha. It's actually kind of true, though. Like, the 48 does look smaller. Poor decision, but it's RG3 after all. Okay. Why wouldn't you leave it to me to, like, ruin this team? This team is, you know, they're not playing great, but they're winning, right? Leave it to me to make them not be winning soon. I want to run. Oh. Oh, gets hit and does not care. Gains 8 for the first down. But I want to throw the ball as well. To the outside. Ooh, that little, what is that called? Quick draw? Ooh, that's filthy. Inside, knocks open, perfect throw. Touchdown, game is over. Robert Griffin III, be persistent, be consistent, never give up. And he's won himself a Super Bowl. What could have happened, and I think it was actually very fair, all of these sims, because once again, RG3 was looking pretty damn good. But he was kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily run first, but he was more so effective running than he was passing. So I feel like the rate, you know, other than maybe the rushing should have been a little bit higher, I feel like it was pretty damn fair. I think this sim was really good. We'll still continue out his career. Why not? You know, Super Bowl is cool and all, but you never know. He could win another one or join a new team, win another one. Who knows what happens? Maybe he gets injured. I don't think anyone wants to see that here, but maybe you're an Eagles fan or a Cowboys fan or a Giants fan, and you just want him to die. I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. Darnold's still a Jets fans. Any of you Jets fans actually watch my videos? Would you want Darnold to be a career Jets player now? That's, too early still? I don't know. Look at the highlights. Who cares? The highlights were us failing to make proper reads on read options, and that was a cool highlight. The big bus monster. The bus monster. There it is. The touchdown. The dagger. Who's your MVP? Is it RG3? It's Robert Griffin III, and no one cares about anything else. You guys are probably like, we cared about seeing him on the podium, but thanks for ruining that, Chief. RG3 barely outperforming Darnold. Lowell, pretty damn good game for fullback. Dawson Knox was absolutely insane. Defensive numbers. Tyler Carter, okay, fair enough. Jay Zimmerman, fair enough. Did our kicker miss 2? No, it was their kicker that missed 2. I was thinking of a different video I did the other day, and I was like, Jets? Really? No, it was someone else. Then don't worry, false alarm. But hey, RG3 is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. What do you know? One injury, what happened? Broken toe for the left tackle. Nice. So we learned something today. Offensive line kind of doesn't matter because this team has one of the worst in the league. Yay. Trash draft, nothing to show. Once again, just like Green Bay. Bye week at 11-5. Back-to-back Super Bowls, anyone speaking of? Okay, let's take a look at this Washington season. I mean, unless RG3 got hurt last second or something. Should be pretty good. And hey, best season of his career, 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Rushing, it's Madden. Even though they lied and said that quarterbacks are going to play more true to themselves, or their scramblers are going to scramble, it's Madden at the end of the day. Did we really believe that was going to be the case? Maybe an MVP season. Maybe. It's pretty good touchdown to pick ratio. It is number 4 on the list, behind a couple of youngsters. And Lamar Jackson, of course, he's an old man now. We don't really call him a youngster anymore. RG3, Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC side, and probably Quarterback of the Year. No! Al Luckett is number 1. Okay, that's great news. Glad to hear. Going against the Atlanta Falcons, we're 11-5. They are not what they are irrelevant because we won. Suck it. And then the Bears win. That's the second time that the Bears have beaten us. Well, RG3 and his Washington team to make it to the Super Bowl. You're going to lose to the Super Bowl champions again? I don't think so. Have we lost twice in the playoffs as Super Bowl champions? And that was like the first time the team didn't go on to win the Super Bowl? I don't even know. But looking at the offensive side of things, it looks like McLaurin is long gone. RG3, has he started regressing yet? I don't remember. Oh, 32 or 33 is the regression point. Depends on if you have X Factor or not, I suppose. Geraldo. I love that name. That's sick. Chris Geraldo. Superstar development. Gotta love it. Good old Geraldo. Defensively, Hudson's still here, but of course he is regressing harder than Drew Brees this season in real life. Corners definitely need some work. Safeties, Delpit's got to be pretty old. 32? Jeez, it's been that many seasons. I guess to be fair, RG3's 30. There's 11 seasons, yeah. All right, I mean, this is probably their last season to be decent. Well, last season was probably the last season to be decent, if we're going to be honest. Oh, my. Like, is there... Oh, no. Like, there's actually talent that's kind of close to first-round talent that are 64 overalls. I get it. Once again, if they play decently well, there might be something coded into the game where rookies have a higher chance of getting a breakout scenario. But, like, Jesus, that's rough. Man, I once again, going back to the O-line thing, how do you get O-line in Madden? You just don't. Why do you think I traded Johnston? I always call him Johnston for some reason. Johnson, who's 24, for a 28-year-old Linder. Because who cares? I don't care how old he is. You need linemen. It's almost impossible to get them. All right, headed to the playoffs. Not a berth at all. 8-8, like we said last season, was probably the last look. And it looks like it probably will be. Last time this team had a decent run with the playoffs, they kind of went dormant for 6 to 7. Dormant's the word, right? Like you're waiting, you're sitting there doing nothing. Oh, lazy? Oh. But yeah, the Washington might be done. Yeah, I think RG3's done in this town, honestly. The Giants get their revenge on the Chiefs and win the Super Bowl themselves. Looking at RG3's contract, 94 overall. He's 34 now. Let's take a look at that money. How many years? I'd imagine like a 3-year, right? Oh, it's his final year. He could actually be gone now. Oh, interesting. That was kind of insensitive of me. Is he here or no? He's still here. I don't know if they just re-signed him or if he's now just on his 4th year, but let's go to the draft. Most likely ignore the results because they're terrible and be back on our way. Once again, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do with this. Maybe you guys have a better idea for the direction for something like this. Maybe you don't want to see any more, or maybe you loved every minute of this. You thought it was perfect, even though it's basically just a career sim, a career re-sim. Ooh, good pick by the Washington people here. Maybe you just think it's a good one and you want to see more. So if that's the case, whatever the case is, suggest something to make it better, or suggest a new player. Let me know. Superstar. What a play. What a play. Ooh. Hidden development corner. This team's hitting all the right spots. Massage time. Star development for Barker. Quarterback Logan McCarthy. It's not Caffrey. Casey Peebles. It looks like RG3 might be getting replaced here by a third-round quarterback who doesn't look good at all. Maybe next season. Once again, been a little bit while since we've taken a look at the overalls. Olsen obviously looks really good. He's 30 years old now. About to regress soon. Deep route's terrible. AI just sims really weirdly for XP. Looks really damn good, though. And then looking at the defensive side of things, McElroy looks good. Hudson's still here. And then this guy doesn't even have a pitcher. No time. Just so talented. He's just like, I don't need a pitcher. You'll see my face sooner or later all over the billboards. The billboard. Isn't that like a music? No? Okay. We've got breaking news. Washington back on top after a good draft. 11-5. Here we go. Washington has another chance. 2 rings for Mr. RG3. Who knows? Who knows these days? RG3 stayed healthy ever since. Maybe could even have bumped the toughness rating up on him, but whatever. Alston carrying the load here. Okay. I mean, RG3 wouldn't have won, MVP or anything like that, so we're not going to look, but he won the hearts of Washington back. 11-5. He probably still has the hearts of Washington. It's not like he did anything wrong. Super Bowl for Washington again. RG3. Let's get in there. Speed versus speed, perhaps. Depends if Lamar's still around. Of course, Lamar slightly older than RG. Probably very close to being out of the league. A little bit of a nice nighttime. Another ring. Oh, wow. It's like always Tampa Bay every time. Okay, cool. So it's 10-3 at halftime. It was 3-3 the entire game until, the Ravens decided to score before half. It's not looking great here for Washington. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. Oh, there's a chance. This is overtime. What happened? 6-yard pass to Geraldo. Who else but Geraldo? 42nd. Okay, they didn't get the field goal. I don't know if Tucker missed it, which, clearly Tucker's always missing field goals. That's his thing. Justin Tucker, one of the worst kickers of all time, believe it or not. Delpit. There's going to be one Ravens fan like, what do you mean? He's one of the greatest. Oh, good D. Ray Rice is down short. Okay, speaking of that bad kicker. Hold up. Ravens getting crazy out here. Maybe not the worst call, but I don't know. Maybe not the greatest call either. Not the greatest call at all. Not dragging anyone down the elevator today. There you go. Dragged him down for the loss is what I meant to say. Come on, Washington. This would be so unlikely, and they look like they've done it. They have done it. RG3, Super Bowl champion again. I got to make sure he's even on the damn team. I didn't take a look. I think we've seen the stats, though. Lamar Jackson still on the Ravens. Washington does it again. Who's the MVP? Who is it? Is it RG3 again? We'll actually show the podium this time since we didn't last time. RG3! A little late career magic. I'm surprised. We don't usually see stuff like this. Normally, if it's not right out the gate, it's just never, because once the AI has to do drafting, they just crap the bed, and I almost said the S word. Whew. Watch your language. MVP does go to RG3, and okay, it was getting a little bit worse each time now. Next Super Bowl is going to have 0 touchdowns and like 3 interceptions. Almost skipped. Look at that little skip bar, getting a little circular there. Show the damn podium if it's there. I don't see a podium, and in 2 seconds, it's dragged out there instantly. Look at that. Brought it in on a race car. Podium RG3, podium Ron Riviera. And yeah, there you go. RG3 now has 2 Super Bowls. Champion. Absolute champion. Kiss the trophy. We're done. Who cares? Robert Griffin III with, pretty decent game, other than those 2 picks, which it could happen to anyone pretty much. It could have been deflected picks for all we know. Probably unlikely, though, since he throws a lot of picks for us. But, hey, Super Bowl champion. Who cares about the ratings now? Oh, did Amari Cooper have a pitcher X Factor thingy before this season? Or before, recently? Did they just update that in the game? So I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, well, who cares? One injury. Is a left tackle again? I don't even know if they still have that guy. Bob Proctor. I don't like that name. That name just scares the hell out of me. Let's go to the draft. See if RG3 is even still here. He could be gone. I believe he was on a contract year there, so I mean, the guy's brought you 2 Super Bowls, right? You got to keep him, and it looks like they have done so. 94 overall, 91 overall, actually, regressing hard. Last couple of seasons, maybe 2 to 3, I'd say. So if I'm them, I'm not giving them more than a 2-year deal, incoming 10-year deal. Yeah, another. So it was a 2-year deal. So they're going cheap with him, but he's accepting it. I mean, it's not really cheap, but not the most, not the highest amount of years either. Looking at the draft recap, you've got yourself, like what's even the point of looking? Don't get me wrong, he's not terrible because 88 speed, 88 excel, 88 agility is not bad, but 60 catching, I mean, there's nothing special about him. I would just start a random freaking rookie from free agency. That's literally free agent, undrafted talent, you know? Yikes. I have no idea why this part of the audio is fixed, but, I mean, hey, it's better than nothing. Here we are headed on to potentially the last season we'll see of pure success because Robert Griffin III is all the way down to a 91 overall. Once again, this is similar to our career sim series we were doing, which, I mean, considering it was the end of Madden 20, you know, the views weren't terrible on, so maybe you guys do kind of want to see these career restarts, I suppose. We could try doing something like C4 does with his career revivals, but I kind of want to just leave him to that. You know, he 7-9. he kind of made those, and of course, I mean, I like these as well, right? No, okay. Look at the other teams, the Giants. You know, we didn't force any. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. The faster RG3 dies, the quicker the video can be over. So, as much as I love making videos, these are the more tedious ones. So, you know, that's it. That's all I've got. That's it. As far as what are the chances of us advancing, basically 0, or not. Veteran player Chase Young. Coach, it's been a long season. I'm sore and tired, and I'm not as young as I used. He's always as young as he used to be because his name is Chase. His name is Chase. That's the funny part. But this, like my last shot at another championship. I mean, you've gotten 2 Super Bowls. Relax yourself, pal. Oh, I'm going to retire. Oh, no, I've only had 2 Super Bowls in my Hall of Fame career. Although I will say, this team kind of making plays. This team is back in the Super Bowl. There's no way. Chargers. Let's do it. Let's take a look. 84 to our 89. This team is looking pretty good, actually. I didn't think they were that good because they were 7-9. Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, going to the end of the game. Not looking super great for this Washington team, but let's be honest. Let's not get too greedy Williams out here. We already got 2 Super Bowls with RG3, Chase Young, and all them. But who doesn't want 3, right? Who doesn't want 3? Apparently this Washington team, I will say either to the Chargers here, they finally put up points. Uh-oh. It's 17 all. A pick! There's no way this Washington team wins in this game. No way! Washington wins its 3rd Super Bowl. Oh, look, the confetti decided it was going to go invisible until it almost hit the ground. Nice. Sweet. Do you think it'd be easier or harder to get COVID when the confetti... Like, it should be... that's interesting. It would probably be easier to get, right? Because if you breathe and it lands on a little confetti and then lands on someone else's mouth and they inhale the confetti, boom. Donald Trump. I don't know. Looking at MVP, RG3, pretty much similar to his first one. Not really impressive. I mean, we get it, right? Super Bowls and, you know, successes and whatnot. Those are the ratings for a quarterback. Tyler Harris is, he's just not good. He's like 60-some overall player. Looking at the defensive side of things, sack totals 2 for, I don't know who that is. Probably a rookie, guy that was probably normal development a year ago. And probably still normal development a full year later. All right, I didn't even look. I didn't even bother. I didn't even bother looking at the draft class because I just know it's going to suck. That and I actually forgot. I did forget. I can't even lie. Robert Griffin III is now 36. He's an 86 overall, and he didn't really regress hard. He's still an absolute legend, if you ask me, which you obviously asked me because I know you very well. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Let's go on. You know, there's probably some people screaming, "Take the damn picture." I don't know why that meme is just in my head lately, but yeah, I get you guys are probably like, "Oh, use the XP." Relax. calm down. No one cares, okay? No one cares. Not even Ron cares. Ronald Riviera. You think it's Ronald or just Ron? I think it's just Ron. I don't think it's Ronald. All right, playoffs time. We're probably not going to be there, or will we? Yeah, we weren't. Same exact record, but the Cowboys decided to take the division this time. RG3 decent. I say, well, look, we'll have one more season here, then we'll look at the career stats just in case RG3 decides to call it quits. I'd say 37-38, though. The Detroit Lions versus the Colts. The winner of that one is the Indianapolis Colts. Interesting. RG3 is now an 86 overall, so like we said, that overall is getting kind of bad. We'll probably take a look after this next season, and then we'll call it there. Well, I don't know why I said that. Now, this draft might be interesting to look at if RG3 is even there, because I think we looked at him before the actual re-signing period was over, so he might have been taken by a free agent. Well, became a free agent, taken as a free agent. Mahoney. No thank you for him. Interesting stuff there. And I mean, oh, there you go. Walter Amell. That would be an amazing pick. That was such a reach. That's like every 3 seconds in the NBA. Bradley Majette. Okay. No playoffs again. 6-10. Let's take a look at those career stats because once again, I don't. Can I stop rhyming? I can't because I am the greatest. But let's take a look just in case he goes. Robert Griffin III, of course, basically the ratings of a Hall of Famer, especially with 3 Super Bowls, probably Hall of Famer here. 602 sacks. I feel like he would have died after maybe like the 60th, just like real life. Actually, was it less than 60? It was, I don't even know. But RG3, 64,000 yards, 479 touchdowns, 190 picks. 61% completion percentage with a passer rating of 93.5. Not everyone could be in the hundreds. Rushing. Okay, it added up quite a bit there. I didn't really think that was going to be that much, but 4,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, and only fumbled 4 times. I believe he did like how many times more than that in his just rookie year in real life. Longest run was a 35. Once again, in real life, doubled that. Maybe even a slight bit more than doubled. Alston has been his guy. But overall, I mean, a really good career, obviously. 3 picks might be our best career sim video we've ever done. So obviously it helps having an 83 overall with X Factor, but still. Saints versus the Titans in Super Bowl 70. I'll be Super Bowl 70 by the time that I won't, but I'll be old. Of course, you've seen the team that won. I don't know who it was. I looked away. Let's be honest. 38-year-old RG3, this has got to be his final year, right? At least he's still on the team. I like to see this redemption story. This is a nice little story. Let's take a look at the draft where they take a QB and the story's over. Oh, football team. Man, these drafts are, there's some people, a decent bit of people that watch my videos from the Legacy League. But hopefully they don't watch to this point because I will most likely be trading the house for thy draft picks. All right, potentially looking at the final season. Will it be a glorious one or a barely survive with his life one? I also want to see if there's a stat for how many games he played. We built this off of Kyler, who played all 16 as a starter, I believe, so we should be fine there. I can also upload this RG3 to the cloud if you guys wanted to use it. 10-6 for Washington. Could be a glory hole, a home exit. I don't know what glory hole has to do with this, but hey, someone brought it up. I'm going. Over 500 touchdowns now. One more season away from 70K plus, and he raised his passer rating by a little bit. Not bad. As far as MVP goes, I don't even think he'd be on the damn list. No, he was not. 4? Does he want 4 Super Bowls? That would be kind of a cool thing, right? It would be, but a 9-7 interesting loss was more important to the Washington football team. Eagles versus the Ravens bird battle. No one wins here except for the Hunters. And it will be the Eagles with the victory over the Ravens, who probably don't have Lamar Jackson anymore. Speaking of not having something anymore, we cannot relate because 39-year-old RG3 still lives. He breathes. The draft was so bad I just didn't even want to show you. I definitely would never accidentally sim past again. ever. Who would do such a thing? I heard an explosion outside, and it's 2 a.m. I can only assume World War III. Only responsible response I could have. And no playoffs here now. Before it was like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. But, I mean, he's got to be gone now. Over 70,000. 533 touchdowns, 210 interceptions. Took a little bit of hit on that passer rating, but still a solid passer rating. Now, if he wants to play just one more, 76 yards gets him to 5,000 yards. One more touchdown gets him to 25. I am just saying. I'm not forcing anyone to anything. You know, I'm not a predator of any sort. So, you know, Aliens versus Predator was a decent movie. Bills versus the Seahawks, the battle of the two underrated teams, even though this is like 20 years down the line. And the winner is the Seattle Seahawks, simulating stage 1. Pretty high probability of survival from stage 1. And is he gone? Just leave! I'm just kidding. I love him being here. He's 40 years old. How fast is he? Do you not lose speed, excel, or agility when you're old? He's 40. He's faster than Kyler Murray, and he's Kyler Murray's dead. We took his body. We morphed him away. But if he wasn't, yeah, I mean, he'd be faster than Kyler Murray at 40. Nice. That's definitely not a knock to Kyler Murray's speed at all. I will say, Kyler Murray, as a short guy, doesn't look like outstandingly fast. He just looks really agile. And I feel, I don't know. Yeah. McManus, is he going to be another? I mean, they've drafted outstanding wide receivers throughout this entire process, and they do it again. Oh my lord, he's 22-6-1 with X Factor. How much more could you, I mean, you could ask for better stamina and toughness, but how much more could you ask for? I still, once again, do not understand why they automatically start you with like low toughness and kind of stamina when that's the one thing you can't upgrade. It just makes no sense. I don't know. I feel like toughness should just automatically go up or down over a person's career based on how many injuries they've had, which obviously is a lot of RNG, but it would also RG3. Yep. It would also make for a more fun experience, in my opinion, because obviously there are players like that, you know? There's a lot of players that have had those kind of injuries, lingering injuries, whether they're great players or they're out of the league before their time. It happens. I know it's RNG, but it would still be a ton of fun, I think. Like, why don't they have that? I'm so confused. I know it's kind of back and forth because, like, they should take away toughness, and then I'm like, oh, they should have it where toughness, your guy could die, and he'd never be a good player. RG3 actually having a pretty damn good season. Age 40. 20 years experience. Obviously, technically 19, but I mean, 19, 20, same age. Career stats, 10,000 attempts. That's got to be the most in NFL history. Gets his pass rating over 94, almost 75,000 yards passing. If you combine the both, very close to 80,000 total yards. He has a total of just about 600 touchdowns and just a killer attitude about life. That's the most important thing anyone could really ask for. Packers versus Chiefs. Winner of this one is the Chiefs. The Chiefs have won several now. Is this RG3's career, or does the man never want to die? And Mr. Robert Griffin III has finally retired at the age of 41? Or was it 40 years old? 41 technically. 41 years old. Technically 40 because, you know, the 1 year didn't count. No, the age would have been the same. It's just the years would have been different. I don't know how that works. But regardless, RG3 obviously had an amazing career. About 80,000 yards. 600 touchdowns. Nothing, you know, maybe a little bit over 200 turnovers. Nothing big there. A passer rating of like 94.1. Completion percentage 62%. Very modest. Definitely fine. And then 3 Super Bowl wins and some decent playoff runs. Obviously, the restart worked to his advantage. I don't know if it was the defense. I don't know if it was just the slight... I can't even think it was a slightly better offensive line compared to his real-life self, but pretty similar situation on offense, we're going to be honest. Maybe even worse, really. But I like this one. I really liked it. So if you guys did enjoy, maybe leave a subscribe and a like. Leave a subscribe. Don't know how that works. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But the most important thing you can do, besides suggesting me ways to fix this, well, not fix, but make the this video series better if we want to make it a series, or if you liked everything about it and you just want to suggest a player for us in the future or a blast in the past player, let me know in the comment section below. But besides that, joining me on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr at about 11 p.m. Central would be great, great stuff. And ultimately, I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! And hopefully that that audio's fixed next time. It should be. Damn,